Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. It's a new day, days been new. Been a decade since I made it out of rental. Need some bonus, baby, we don't got no rent due. Might trick, but my wife, she like to trick too. Merry Christmas, hey Saint Nick. What we want get, we on wait list. How we got here doesn't make sense. Have patience, that'll make sense. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. Picking up the slack, joining this prime way I'm getting to the rack. I do what I want, when I want, where I want, no cap. Put in all work, now I'm getting to the back. 25-8, I got money on my mind. Live life great, but I'm always on the grind. Navy blue tank, I don't wear it for the time. Real hustler, baby, throw my rollie in the sky.
Get ready for blast off.
Ball pointing cushy, so you know it's berserk. Trevor on the mix, so you know we gon' work. I might leave in one, find a beach and go surf. I'ma ride the wave till I'm out of this earth. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right. All right, Lost in Translation is in the building with my boys in the building tonight, the very voice of YouTube himself. What's going on, my boy Lost? How you doing, man?
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
What's happening, man? What's going on?
Man, it's been a week. It's been a week, brother.
You better say it.
Already, it's just Tuesday.
You already know it.
But yeah, man, how you been, brother? How's the family? How's everybody going?
Everybody's good, man. Everybody's
over
good.
in Bama.
Everything's all right, man. You know how we do it down here. Just been busy, man.
Man, I seen Ari Spears do a Alabama joke. He said he was talking to a guy in the audience, and he said, "Where you from?" He said, "I'm from Alabama." He said, "You in Utah now?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You like Utah better, huh?" He said, "Yeah, I do." Ari Spears said, "Yeah, man, because down in Alabama, you can't even get caught reading." He said, "I saw a man in the gas station reading the book. White man said, 'What you doing?' He said, 'No, I'm just looking at the pictures. Just looking at the pictures.'"
A mess. He ain't got no sense, man.
Oh, no sense, bro. No sense, man. But I'm so glad that you're here, man. We got a good conversation tonight that I really want us to have. Black men, you are to be seen and not heard. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and support the channel tonight financially, and as well as with your likes and your subscriptions, and as well as becoming a member of the channel. You can do that as well. But hit the like button and subscribe button. That is absolutely 100% free. Helps with the algorithm, okay? So I appreciate you guys being here. Let us know that you're in the chat so we can shout you out. When you do send a super chat or a cash app, which will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen momentarily, you will be able to, we'll shout you out as well to give you some reference for your support. We appreciate you. All right. So who we got in here so far? We have Hunting Wisdom in the building. Our sister from another mister. What's going on, Shook? It's so good to see you. It'll be good to have you on this panel tonight if you're available. I would love to see you. Hadn't seen that pretty smile in a while. So thank you for being here. Catalia's in the building. She said, "Hi, Black Men Unfiltered. Hi, Lit. What's going on, Sugar? We're glad you're here as well. We appreciate it." Again, guys, some little housekeeping. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe button. If you want to give to the channel monetarily, you sure can. Buy a super chat, which is at the bottom of the chat, and as well as the Cash App, which is scrolling on the screen right now. All right, Lost in Translation. Let me go ahead and jump right into this.
Let's go.
What are your thoughts when it comes to the authority of a black man?
It's unrivaled, man.
And give me more details about that.
Here's the thing. When the whole world conspires against you, that lets you know that you are the business. You see what I'm saying? If everybody goes against you, everybody says you're this and you're that, that lets you know, you're the business. Black men are influential. You know what I'm saying? They're what people want to strive to be. And for some strange reason, it just seems like everybody has this thing, and all we do is just mind our business, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going about our business. People want to be us. They want to copy us. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So that's how I look at it. It's just one of them things, man. I don't see a whole lot of people trying to copy anybody else. So that lets me know they already validated us, man, like parking.
Hey, so then when do you feel like men lost their authority? Because right now, nobody listens to us. We are to be seen and not heard. When did we lose it?
Well, I put it to you like this, man. I don't think we have lost it. I'm going to tell you why. When people decided not to follow, that's when the favor was removed. Think about it. In the early 60s, you know what I'm saying, when we were still married or whatever, man, we had everything popping and rocking, man, and shaking when we was in charge. And in the minute they decided, hey, we don't want to follow you guys no more, what happened? School systems fell apart. You know what I mean? The neighborhood community started falling apart. You know what I mean? The favor was removed when the black man was removed. You know what I'm saying? So people can say whatever they want to say about you ain't in charge, this, that, and other. Well, why is it that everything turns to trash when we're removed from the situation? That's all I want to know.
So if you don't think we lost, then why are so many men spazzing out? Why are so many men emotionally broken in their relationships and they stressed and depressed in their relationships and they feel stuck and imprisoned in their relationships? Why are we seeing men on the news every day who's crashed out on their whole families and crashed out on somebody in traffic? Like, why are we seeing that?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think the men are the ones that have the issue. I think it's everybody else, man. Because they gave up on him. You see what I'm saying? Here's one thing. When everybody else stops believing in you just because whatever the agenda is, that's on them. But like I said earlier, man, the favor was removed when the man was removed. All you got to do is go back and look at the evidence. Just because other people decided not to follow you don't make them right. How many times have you seen players decide they don't want to do what coaches say do? And all of a sudden they get traded or get released or get sent somewhere else, exactly. And they don't have success nowhere else they go, Yep. That's how I look at it.
And well, I feel like
have to get around other men, man, just to remind them who they are. That's what that is.
So if you were around a group of men that were talking and saying, you know what, man, my wife don't listen to me, and now it's trickled down to my children, they're being disrespectful. Like, Lost, what do I do?
Well, first you need to talk to your wife and figure out exactly what's going on.
I'm finna upload this video. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then after that, you need to talk to your kids and then have a conversation with them and say, hey, look, I'm still daddy. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But the main issue is that, when the community gives up on you, I think that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? So just because everybody else doesn't want to follow you doesn't make you wrong, And just because I can't tell you how many times I've been in situations where the crowd wanted to do something else and it was wrong. Sometimes when you get direction from God, it's one of those situations where, hey, you have to just go ahead and do what God say. Even the Bible said, if God be for you, you know what I mean? Who's going to be against you? And that's the main reason why we continue to have favor. And people don't get that and understand that no matter what comes against us, we still have favor. And I think that's the issue, black man. People keep thinking just because out of sight, out of mind, we're not working. We're always working. Just like every time you look up at a pole, we always rise, and we just keep quiet and keep moving up the poles. You know what I'm saying? When people start losing their jobs, all we do is keep quiet and keep moving up the poles. When people say we ain't no good fathers and this, that, and the other, when they go back to check, they're gonna be like, you know what? They the best dads. You know what I'm saying? They had the best relationships with their kids, no matter what type of live folks cook up. I was watching K. Michelle and Cam Newton, and they were talking about, you know, hey, the black men need to step up and all this other stuff, and you need to take care of your kids. And Cam's like, well, I take care of my kids. Why are you on my show giving me the business? Then all of a sudden she started talking about, you rich men need to just step up and do something. I'm like, well, you got a whole bunch of other regular dudes that I'm pretty sure you can get more work out of than to mess with the same, you know, 4 or 5 rich dudes all the time begging at them. They only got so much time. They got their own family to deal with, you know. Ain't nobody got time to be worrying about, you know, K. Michelle and her issues and situations, you know. My thing is this: if you really, really believed in creating a family, then those 3 guys that you turned down, one of them should have at least been your husband. You know what I'm saying? At least one of them would have been your husband if you really believed in the black family. You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, to bring up the one and only Mr. R. Payne in the building. What's that in R. Payne?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? I'm up here ranting, man.
That's all right, man. Good rant. I was holding off so you can continue, you know.
Yeah, man. How you doing, man?
All right, man. I'm cool, man. You know, I'm just hanging in there. Still off the high for Father's Day, man. I got
How was your Father's Day, brother?
Huh?
How was your Father's Day?
It was great, man. It was great. You know, the ladies had some all set up for me and stuff, and I hung out. The best thing is I didn't have to pay for it.
That's right.
And,
that's always a good day.
It was cool, man. It was all right. It's all right.
That's what's up. So you get you some socks, man. You
gotta
re-up in your socks, man.
Yes, I'm back, man. I'm here. Anyway, it was cool, man. But yeah, I heard you mention K. Michelle, man. You know what? Why is Cam Newton? I don't know if this is on purpose by mistake, but he's letting the most ratchet women come there and school him like he's doing something in his life wrong.
Right.
You know, who is, I mean, I said, he, of course, he's not a great I guess he's getting better, and you got to somehow kind of placate your guests, right. But he didn't challenge her bullshit at all.
I wonder why he did that, man. Do you think he did it on purpose to let her make a fool out of herself?
No. I just think that, I mean, when I say challenge, I don't mean embarrass her, right? But she was saying some stuff. Like, one of the things is for women like her, right? Because she made it a point for trying to make men who have means to get married, right? And that's the number one thing with men who have means. The last thing they want to do is get married if they escaped it for so long, because they know that everything's rigged against them.
Right.
Why would I get married to some chick so 5 years from now she could have some stupid kind of a moment? What's the chick name? Tia Mowry moment.
Yeah.
And then I lose everything because this chick, wants to leave with a big empty war chest. And plus, I mean, she has a kid herself out of wedlock. Mm-hmm. She said she got 3 engagements, and none of these guys were good enough because they didn't act like her grandfather. I bet you if I seen her on another podcast, she would be telling me how bad the men back then were.
Right.
And that the women were with them only because they have no other choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, exactly. The only reason why I didn't try to do like a reaction video because Angry Man got to her first, and all you got to do is look at him because he Angry Man told her a new asshole, and the Medium Man sat down there and put all the stats that would stuff in her mouth and make her shut up.
Right. But the thing about it, why do you think they keep spitting the same garbage out, even though because they already know that it's wrong?
They gotta play. And then she get on his show with her tits out,
being disrespectful to his woman.
Yeah, she's not a bad looking woman. I mean, up close and personal. I mean, she might be the prettiest one, but she got all the equipment. And I'm sitting down there with my legs crossed, so she wouldn't see my boner while I'm looking at her tits almost hoping they would fall out the dress.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
She
Come
got the
on,
right hardware. She just got the wrong software, huh?
dude. Get into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass. Exactly. And so, I mean, no wonder he couldn't say nothing. Man, Cam Newton was just, he had her all in every position he knows. He had her in every position while he was sitting there looking at her. He said, I would turn her around here. I would kind of flip her up in the air, see if she spins. And
Right. Did you notice how she was jockeying for position? Thomas, you need a strong black woman. After she sat there and had snot bubbles run out her nose, you know what I'm saying? Won't you please stand up and take care of
And that's why, and that's why men are to be seen and not heard. Listen, women want to be able to say whatever they want to say, and men just sit and take it. I was watching DJ Hemp's show the other day.
Okay.
And they were talking about the same thing. Men, they weren't talking about what we're talking about now, but they were talking about men who, even in the workplace, when women, I'm in corporate America, to some of the things that the women talk about at my position, at my job, it's HR hell.
Right.
And and one of the other managers looked at me, I think it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever. He said, he said it loud enough for them to hear it. He said, if we were to say some of the stuff that they say, what would be the outcome of what we said? If every time a woman walked in here and we said, damn, she bad. Ooh, look at that big old ass. You know, what would be the conversation amongst the women if that conversation happened? But I wanted to show you guys this real quick. But before we do, I want to get these super chats that we just got. Curtis Moore, thank you, man, for the $4.99 super chat. He said, what's good, everyone? Blessings, BMU and chat, man. Blessings back to you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Then we have Antoine in the building. He says, brothers, $5 super chat. Thank you. He said, just keep moving forward and lead by example. Actions speak louder than words. All right. So, guys, as you're coming in right now, I see 17 has jumped in real quick. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Also hit that share button. It'd be amazing to share this information with others. All right. So if you do want to come up, male or female, if you do want to come up and be a part of this conversation, your camera must be on. So come on up and have the conversation with us. And the link is at the top of the chat. All right. If you don't see it, let me know and I'll drop it again for you. All right. So back to the conversation. I want to play a quick video for you guys. And I want you to see why men are to be seen and not heard, based on simply that men have just sat down. Some men have just sat down and just allowed things to happen. And one of the things that I despise, and I say this with all sincerity, is female pastors. I know that we've had men on this show say, I heard Mr. Bennett say it shouldn't matter. But what does the Bible say? Right? Women should not teach or usurp authority over a man. And the reason for that, because a woman cannot genuinely hold a man accountable. She cannot hold him accountable. She cannot discipline a man. She's unable to do that. And so I definitely wanted to have this conversation, but I want to show you the video. This is one of the videos of why I feel like we should literally take these women out of the pulpit all together. Not only did we just hear Pastor Jake's husband say that being a helpmate is not sexy, but we got female preachers who are preaching the same thing about this 50-50 situation. Let's watch the video and we'll comment after. Here we go.
If you got to do 50-50, that means you're half of a man. I wish I had no men here today. Because both of us got punished for when the sin came in the world. The women supposed to be birthing children and go through pain and go through menstrual, but you can't handle that. And a man's job was to work from sun up to sundown.
Gonna let that marinate for a minute.
I think that's giving it too much respect.
The woman said that if you're doing 50-50, you're half of a man.
Yeah, I know.
The Bible says this is when they misquote scripture. The Bible says that a woman is going through a menstrual cycle and she's cramping all the time, and a man can't handle that. But a woman shouldn't have to do anything because a man should be working from sun up to sundown. Now, Lost, I think she forgot the scripture where it says, a virtuous woman, who can find one? It says she works diligently with her hands. Isn't that what the word says?
That's exactly what it says.
Somebody missed some scripture. The Bible says that when you're married, you become one entity. So when you're spending out of that one bank account, the one pot, shout out to security boss. When you're spending out of that one pot, you don't know what's coming out of what because you're doing it as a unit together. So if you're not willing to do one pot, seems like she's not. These are the type of women where I say men are to be seen and not heard. A lot of men were in that church. You see there's musicians over there. You see the men in the audience. Who's going to step up and say she's wrong? Who's going to interrupt that sermon and say, no, that is incorrect? This is when I say that men are just being seen and not heard. Because some men are choosing to not be heard. They're just ain't going to say nothing. They're just going to let these women say whatever they want to say. But I want to get you guys' thoughts on the video. Arpain, we'll start with you because I know Lost up there cooking up something very unique in his brain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just straightforward, man. Listen, I would just not go to that church. I don't agree with Mr. Bennett saying that, you should be trying to be some kind of pioneer in somebody else's building. I mean, that's not, that's not my place. I'm not going to get into no argument with a preacher over what they say. I would just know that they wouldn't be preaching to me. And anybody else that I know, I would say, man, we can't sit here and listen to this bullshit, but I wouldn't interrupt her sermon. I just won't. That's just not me. But I just won't go there no more. I just, and I don't believe that's just walking away from God. I mean, that place is not a godly place if she's talking like that. Just because it's in the book. So I'll just land it there.
And I wanted to piggyback on what you just said, Arpain. You're absolutely correct. If I walked in and she started talking like that, I'm a fool. So I would probably break it up. I'd probably say, ma'am, you are a liar. And for everybody, we're going to go, you want a viral moment? We're going to go viral together. And I would tell her, you're a liar. And you're not quoting the scripture correctly. You're putting these people in a bad situation, and you are a liar. And you need to sit down. And you're very loud and obnoxious. You're horrible. You're loud. Uncle Jeff, welcome to the show. Uncle Jeff tonight, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing tonight, Uncle Jeff?
Welcome, Jeff.
Fellas, what up? Y'all hear me good?
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Good, man.
I definitely wanted Uncle Jeff to see. Uncle Jeff, did you see the video?
I certainly did. It's what I'm busy as a one-legged man in a kick fight, but I had to come up here for this.
Okay, yeah. Uncle Jeff, can you enlighten us? How do you feel about the little orange lady?
I couldn't. Well, because A, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are gonna ride. I don't give a shit what you do. B, because Isaiah, the bottom half of Isaiah 3 describes most of her congregation, and Isaiah 4 outlines in detail what they about to go through. I think that these women and people like them are, this is where we disagree, fellas. I think they're fantastic. I think because in the end days, the word of God will be written on your heart. BMU, you ain't got to go to the Bible to know that's wrong because God wrote it on your heart. Women who speak like this are doing brothers such a favor, but we can't do nothing but complain. What you're supposed to do is take a good look. Go find her social media. Brothers under the sound of my voice, especially those who live anywhere near her area, Find her social media. Find the women who follow this nonsense. Find the men so you know who not to fuck with, but find the women who think like this. I'll say it again. Has anybody here heard of the Great American Black Woman Shortage? Me neither.
Mhm.
We need help. And broads like this are a magnet for uncoachables. The women you can't deal with. The women that's going to give you word for word. The women that can somehow pretzel logic the Bible over into justifying you chasing a life standard that American white people do not enjoy right now.
Mhm.
That's what that's about. And I am glad you feel that way. I'm glad you spoke up because you have just said, me, here, me. I am who God is talking about, who is going to die on the cold fucking prairie of these streets after Trump shifts into another gear. It's going to be you and the niggas that follow you. I'll land the plane here. The only men that I respect, literally, in Black American church right now are the preacher, the band, and the deacons, because them three is showing up making money. The rest of you niggas have volunteered for this hyena speak nonsense. Where are your fucking balls? Where are they? How do you sit under this? I tell you how you sit under this. The same way you go home and sit down when you pee. That's how you do it. These women are nothing but beacons for other incorrigible women. And let them be that. Go through wherever you see her Instagram, wherever it is. All them, yeah, go ahead, girl. They need to be on a list that is not mental. Fellas, here's where you go to find the broads you ain't supposed to be fucking with. That is what we need to be doing. And I'll land it there.
Last but not least, Lost.
You know what? Here's the thing, man. I think that type of rhetoric needs to be met with equal force. You know what I'm saying? When she says 50-50, you ain't a man, blah, 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 blah. Well, I just have to ask to stand up in the middle of the church. Well, ma'am, how much? 20 in the front or 40 in the back? Where's your menu? You know what I'm saying? Since you out here selling it, let's see what the menu is. Let's negotiate. You see what I'm saying? Let's call a trick hole situation a trick hole situation. You see what I'm saying? Call it what it is. You see what I'm saying? If you're gonna get up here and you're gonna quote prices, let's go ahead and put your prices up, and then we're gonna negotiate. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Since you want to embarrass, man, let's go ahead and put the shoe on the other foot. How much you charging? Oh no, it ain't worth that. You know what I'm saying? And then she'll soon find out all this foolishness that she's talking about ain't worth a hill of beans. Ain't worth a hill of beans. But see, the thing about it is we got too much class, man. We'll sit there and let them say whatever it is, what they want to say. But I assure you, if we met them with equal force, they would shut the hell up. They would shut up, man, because it don't make sense. It don't make sense. Just ask them, man, how much? 20 in the front or 40 in the back? Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? Since you selling, anybody else in here selling too? You know, 10, 20 going first, going once, going twice. You know what I'm saying? What are deacons at? You know, lay the tables out. Let's go see what it is. Let's go in the back. Let's handle business. You see what I'm saying? Call the fellas up. What's happening? They would be appalled. Just like most people were appalled when they heard us say that foolishness from the pulpit. They should have drug her by her ankles up out of it. That's what they should have did. That was some foolishness. I'm gonna land my plane right there before I get started, man.
Oh, I'm with you, bro. All the way 100%. I'm with you, Uncle Jeff. I'm with you, R. Payne. Lost in Translation. Welcome to the show, 100 Watts, man. What's going on with you, my brother? I just feel like we're in a situation. You said something, Uncle Jeff, that I just love. Where are your balls? When are men going to stand up and start taking back what's theirs? If you go to Genesis 1, and when he created Adam, what did he say? He said, I give you dominion over everything. He didn't tell you to give it to nobody else. He didn't tell you to relinquish your power to no woman. He said, I give you dominion over everything. And so for men to allow this in the church, allow this at the job, allow this in your home, most men are lying down with these women who are preaching, who are going to get up the next day, make him sit down like a bitch on the front row. And they're going to sit there while he's being a bitch, and they're going to sit there and preach this to the world, and he's going to sit there and listen to it. I've seen T.D. Jakes' daughter do it time and time again. I've seen Sarah Jakes do it over and over again, and her husband's sitting there like a flamboyant tissue holder.
Well, I mean, come on.
I don't understand. So my question to you guys after watching this video, for you guys that just came in, I'm going to play this video for you guys. Also, you guys can see this. You guys coming in right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit share, right? If you want to give monetary value to the channel, please go ahead and hit the Cash App and or the Super Chat, and we'd appreciate it greatly. So let me play this video one more time. Hunter Watch, did you see it?
A part of it, not the whole thing.
Okay, here we go.
If you got to do 50-50, that means you're half of a man. Oh, I wish I had no men in here today. Because both of us got punished for when the sin came in the world. The women supposed to be birthing children and go through pain and go through menstrual, but even you can't handle that. And a man's job was to work from sun up to sundown.
100 watts. You can go ahead and give your piece.
All right, so I when I heard you say where are your nuts, I was like, damn, why you say it so harsh like that? But now it's damn, cuz you really ain't got no nuts. I don't like
And she's married. Did y'all see a ring finger? She's married.
Of course.
What is your husband saying? I don't get. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nothing. She got all the money.
Yeah.
It's hard because, like, we as black men know the power and the amazing strength of black women. Like, we know how amazing black women are. But you also have to understand that as amazing as you are, God also made black men, and we are also amazing as well. So some of you little soft ass niggas need to stand. Some nuts. I'll say simply based on what I just saw in that video, because it's very easy for some reason it's way too easy for someone to just diminish whatever it is that a man is doing, providing anything. Like, it just, as soon as you hear what a man is doing, that's what you're supposed to do. That shit. Yeah. I agree with you, black man. Taking that power back.
Yeah. I mean, what are we? I mean, that we're not men, we're bitches. Listen, man, I said this the other day. If you're going to give your power away to a woman, you're no better than a woman. You're a woman. You might as well get castrated. God did not intend for men to be angel soft and pillow soft, talking pillow talk all night with women and acting like women. Most women today want a man who's going to lay beside them and put their hand on their chin and talk about the girl stuff all night. No, we're not made to do that. Men are made to sit out front. Men are made to be out front. We're not made to sit and listen to you teach us anything. You can't teach me nothing. What can you teach me? Nothing. You can't. Women saying, hey, we're equal to man. We can do everything a man can do. You cannot. You cannot. Uncle Jeff can go find a 28-year-old girl right now. Uncle Jeff, how old are you?
60.
Uncle Jeff can find a 28-year-old girl right now and get her pregnant. Find me a 60-year-old woman who can get pregnant right now with a 28-year-old man.
And by the way, before you say it, ladies, I'm a vegetarian. My dick gets so hard a cat can't scratch it. I don't have none of them problems your man got. None of them. Not a goddamn one. I can do the same shit at 60 sexually that I could at 30. It's just I need 48 hours notice before I'm gonna do that shit again. You're not finna kill me. We're gonna do some chores. We're gonna wipe these blinds down. We're gonna clean that garage out, and I'll fuck the shit out of you Monday night. But yeah, that's but here's the thing, BMU. This is the only place we disagree. This is the only place we disagree.
Okay.
I don't see these women as problematic. I see them as prophetic. If they don't exist, then Isaiah 4 is wrong. Somebody fits the description of those who are going to perish. And if it ain't wounded, bitter, ignorant, delusional bitches, then I don't know who it is. It's them. It's everybody. I love doing this. I love having these conversations because I only piss off 3 groups of people. The women you talking about, the women who defend the women you talking about, and the sons of the women you talking about, and fuck all 3 of them groups. Fuck them. Black women, continue to act like this. Continue to show your ass. Continue to be trifling. Continue to blame everything on us. Continue to not be accountable. Just pretty please with sugar on top. Do it loud and do it often so we can see who you hang with so we can cancel their asses too. Because something you are not in, I say this about any black man in a bad relationship with a black woman. You are not bad at relationships. Nigga, you are bad at math. Before you count the knuckle draggers, the sweet pickles, the legit, the down low niggas, the ugly niggas, the niggas that don't want shit. And before you count the rest of the earth's women clamoring to fuck us and pushing and shoving in line, before you count any of that, you outnumber us by 2 million. There is no need to take your black shit. Do you understand? Dear black women, ain't nobody putting it like it go. Dear black women, do you understand that the black race survives without you? It's just lighter. We determine where the black race goes, not you. And by the way, well, I'm a date out of my race. Bad news. There is no Eastern European oil baron roaming the hood of your city looking to take you and your kids out and do your fucking breaks. You're going to have to deal with the black men that are abandoning you in numbers. And you're not embarrassed about it. Men are fleeing the continent you are on because of your attitude. Isaiah 3 is your ass. And Isaiah 4 is what you about to go through. And I don't give a fiddler's fuck what you don't like about what I'm saying. Because that book that you read out of and go in and show everybody your draws on Sunday says what I'm saying. I hope you don't like what I'm saying. I hope you don't, because it's going down right now. Guess who? Besides herpes, besides HIV, guess who is the number 1 demographic for niggas that just got laid off? Black women. You will get in line, and not my line. God's line. My job is to enforce God's line, and you will get in it. Because I will not love you outside the perimeter of God's will. I will land it here. Lot loved his wife within the perimeter of God's will. God said, leave Sodom and Gomorrah, to go and do not look back. You know what Lot said? Yes, Lord. That's what I'm finna do. You know what Lot's wife did? She couldn't get it straight from Lot, who told her what God told him. She had to get it straight from God. So God gave it to her live and direct and turned her monkey ass into a pillar of salt. At some point, Lot had to notice that the nagging had stopped. He had to notice that the obstinance to his word had stopped. I hang those things on Lot's wife because the Bible don't even give her monkey ass a name. I hang those on her because she decided to disobey God and look back. No matter how much Lot loved her, no matter how much Lot wanted her, Lot had a directive from God, and he did not look back. You about to see a bunch of Lot's wife shit from these same heifers you talking about right now. They about to die out here in the cold prairie with them same wishy-washy ass niggas they raised. They raised the niggas they complain about and fucked a whole bunch of them. And with that, I'll have some weed and shut the fuck up.
Uncle Jeff, let me say this real quick. Let me add on to that, Uncle Jeff, what they're forgetting about what happened to Lot after his wife turned to a pillar of salt.
Oh, shit.
After she turned to a pillar of salt, the daughters took on their mother's characteristics and got their daddy drunk and had sex with him.
Wow.
Come on. Hey, that's the word. That's Bible. They got their daddy skunk drunk and had sex with him.
Right. When they said work it, daddy, work it, they really meant it.
So I want to do these super chats real quick, guys. Antoine, did I read this one already? No.
I think another one.
Thank you for the $10 super chat, Anton. He said, marriage is not 50-50. Both spouses are putting in 100%. Even better, I take this approach from what I learned in the Army. Always give 110%, never less than 100. Thank you so much, Anton. Again, Curtis Moore, $4.99. He said 14 people watching and only 7 likes. Let's get the likes up. Thank you so much, Curtis. I appreciate you standing on them like that. Curtis Moore came back and said, tell them, I bleed beet, ginger, and lemon juice daily. What Blue Chew? I know that's right.
I would love to let me know when I would love to speak on that to men too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Dear men using any kind of erectile dysfunction medicine, you are using that because the universe is trying to tell you that we don't need another one of you. That's why your dick don't work.
Listen up, Warpain.
Okay. There is no reason other than ingesting animal protein that your dick don't work right. If you want it's as simple as that. The erectile dysfunction comes down to, without injury or disease, one thing: blood flow. Your blood is not flowing because you are clogging your arteries with coal grease and animal protein. If you want your dick back, stop eating meat. If you don't, have another burger. It's as simple as that. Dear women under the sound of my voice, it is not your responsibility to come along and take a nigga to dialysis. Fuck his unhealthy ass. There's a bunch of niggas that need a caretaker talking about they need a woman. No, they don't. Nigga, you need to stop eating meat and do some fucking push-ups. That's what you need to do.
Now,
so yeah,
how you guys doing tonight?
We got Ekane in the building tonight. What's going on, man? We got my sister from another business in the building. It's so good to see you, girl. Now, before we move,
right? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah, Ekane, before we go, you guys, yes, we can hear you.
How y'all doing?
We're beautiful. Right, we don't want to hear from these ugly niggas. What you got to say?
Go ahead, Ekadegi, I have a crash.
Hi.
Yeah, how you guys doing tonight, man?
Good. I want to show this other video real quick, Ekane, because Uncle Jeff was just alluding to men who are out of line and joining these forces with these women who seem to just be about it. Let me play this video and see what we can get from here. Let's see, where is it at? Oh, here you go.
I love listening. What? But I just got to be very honest with it. When I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. If you in the sports, if you the leader of the team and the team loses, they going to come at you, right? Because you the leader. You the quarterback. If we the leader of the community and if black women are so out of control, or modern women are so out of control, then ain't that on us? Yeah. Like, didn't we drop the ball some fucking where? Because when I think about it, like, we are the least, if we're just talking about black men and black women, we are less educated than them. Yeah. And it's getting to the point where we even starting to make less money than them. Yeah. I don't think we even in a fucking position to hold them accountable. Hold each other accountable. Let them hold each other accountable, and then we kind of come back and meet in the middle.
That's stupid, but I can address that. I can address that. This is the problem, right? That a lot of men. This is how stupid some boys are. I don't call them men. I call them boys. The reason why I call them boys is because they never had any man uh, figure in their life, so they can't speak about men. You see what I'm saying? They don't know anything about men to talk about men. Number one thing is this: which black woman are you going to straighten up? Black woman are you going to take responsibility of or for? The one that if you try to put her in a place, she's going to call police on you? Is it a black woman you're going to hold responsible? You can't take a fall for somebody you can hold responsible. And for somebody who is willing to take responsibility when you hold her responsible, you can't blame me for stupid Takwisha. Because if I try to talk to Takwisha, guess what she's going to do? She's going to call police on me. And now I got to go to jail.
Did you say
Then I can't,
Takwisha?
yeah, and then I can't get employed. Why would I want to do that? A girl that her mama was a hoe, her grandmama was whole, her mama was single, her grandma was single, and you want me to go and straighten her up? It's some human being that never had any guidance at all in her life. You want me to go take responsibility for her actions? How do I take responsibility for actions of somebody that won't even respect me? That if I tell her not to do something, she's not going to respect me. She's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? And secondly, let me put it this way so that we can all get it right. I was speaking to a guy that came to see my best friend. My best friend is a police officer, and I was speaking to both of them, and they're both police officers. So my wife and I and their wives, who were all three men with married wives. So during our conversation, this is what the police officer said. They said that one thing that makes them freak out about women is this: how women come, married women and single, educated married women, because we were talking about like letting our daughters marry early. That's how the conversation started. Because the guy was like, the other police officer is a black guy from Atlanta. He said that he wants his daughter to get doctorate degree before she get married. And then the wife was like, hell no, why would you want to do that? And me, my wife, and my best friend and his wife were like, no, at 22, we should let our daughters get married. What are they're going to get married. They're going to go to college, but let them get married while they are going to college. Not finish college, then get masters and get PhD, then before they get married. So during the conversation, some of them said, you know what? Especially that guy, he said that what we were saying was correct, because most women that come to jail to visit all these messed up men in jail are actually educated women with degrees, especially the nurses. That's what he said. That's what both of them said. They said that it's worse in the educated women, that it's the educated and the trashy women. Let me ask you guys a question. How many black educated men will go to jail to go see a woman in jail? How many? None, right?
Hell no.
None. But are you trying to tell me that an educated woman that goes to jail to go see a nappy head motherfucker is somebody I should protect because she got a degree she went from the hood to the school? Keisha can get degree however she wants, but guess what? The hood will never leave Keisha. As long as she went from the hood to college. And when people like those guys say that black women are more educated than black men, it makes me laugh. What kind of degrees do these black women have? Psychology and sociology? You don't need education for that. I don't need education to be a psychologist and a social worker. As long as I can read and write, I'm good. The percentage of black women to black men that have professional degree is very low. So when you take away those sociology and psychology and now start putting in the real degrees like mechanical engineering,
STEM.
doctor, and that's STEM, right? Then you see it decreases. And when we talk about STEM, we're not talking about STEAM, the one with the A. Take away the A. I'm talking about the previous one, the STEM, right? When you put this STEM, not the STEAM. No. The percentage of black women with degree goes down by almost 60%.
Plummets.
It plummets completely. When I was in college as a mechanical engineer, how many black women were in engineering? None. How many black African Americans? Yes, it's dominated by Nigerian guys when it comes to black percentage. But guess what? The next level is black men. Before Nigerian women and almost zero black women. So we got to understand this, right? Like I said, black men are going to keep winning. The only problem I have is this. The loudest speaker among black men are the ones that don't have degrees at all, that come up here and speak for women. The ones that study the same degree that those women study, sociology and psychology, right? They're the ones that come and speak. But the ones like you guys here, you don't really say nothing. Because guess what? You know, if you say something physically or maybe present in her face, she's going to call Uncle Tom to come and arrest your ass. Who do those black women that are pastors, who do they marry? Guys from jail, guys that can be men. Go talk to a black woman online. She will tell you, I want a partner. I want somebody that can work next to me. Somebody that can help me promote my dreams. She will never say, I want a man that I can help build his family. That's the last thing you will hear a black woman say online.
That's not fair. Okay, there you go. Nice preposition. Online. This is another bone I have to pick with brothers. Excuse me if I'm jumping the line. I am so tired of brothers complaining about how horrible black women are without having the ability to cite any sources of decent sisters. Because when you say black women, I got to think about, shout out to my man, Brother Reza Islam, and his beautiful wife that absolutely fits zero of what you're saying. And the sisters around her. The problem is, them sisters that's real serious about Islam, you ain't finna get up under their dress fast.
And they're not online.
And they in line.
That's why
so niggas don't even go look over there because of the requirements for that sister.
Oh
Thank you, Blacks.
That is not
Crimson Cure, Danica Marie, Reva.
Yep.
These sisters are the return of Big Mama. What you are talking about is a specific large problematic group of hyenas.
That's exactly. That's why I said the word. That's what I used the word online.
Yes,
because that's where, if you go online and look at like sometimes I go online because I go there, I talk about podcasts, right? And when you look at their profile, you know that, and sometimes they will contact me and they will ask me, okay, how do I get a husband? And then I will say, okay, do you want a husband? They said yes. I said, number one, do you cook? I can make mac and cheese. Okay, that doesn't count. are you looking for a husband or you're looking for a partner? I'm looking for somebody, that can help me to, to do this or do that. I say, okay, are you going to help the man first to do what his life purpose is? I'm not helping no man build his life purpose. How can you stand that?
Hey, Ekene, you said one thing that I think we shouldn't gloss over. That husband and partner thing is real. It's a real thing, man. Women are not looking for husbands. They're looking for partners.
They're not.
That's an eliminator right there. But girl, my wife would never introduce me as a partner. But these women, the meaning, so a lot of guys gloss over that shit. When they hear women say, I'm looking for a partner, that's exactly what they're looking for. They don't want no husbands. They want somebody they can share whatever the burdens they have with, or put them on that guy. So that's a good one.
And check this out. So that way I can conclude. Check this out. Men don't pay attention to what women are saying. As soon as you pay, I'm telling you, as soon as you pay that attention, guess what? They get mad. You got to pay attention to their words, to their phrases. You got to pay attention to those verbs, because that's where you have to dissect and say, ho. Are you talking about partnership, or are you talking about marriage of a husband? Because it's the husband, the wife, and children. And this woman will tell you, oh, I already have kids. I want a partner. So men don't pay attention to those things, especially when you're dealing with women with kids. You got to pay attention to what those women are saying. And most women that will say this are women with kids. They will tell you, I'm looking for a partner, somebody to travel with. So, which means you can't tell them shit. Their kids already grown. Then they want you to sponsor their lifestyle. That's why they say somebody to travel with. And then in return, they will tell you, it's not man, woman, it's man and woman. People don't pay attention to that. Man and woman. I rest my case. Nappy head motherfucker. It's man and woman.
I think that you being got an echo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think about the video of the young man sitting there saying that, "Hey, we are the problem"? I'm gonna start with Alicia because she came in. I want to get her voice heard. Alicia, what do you think, sweetheart?
Hello, everyone. Which video? Was it the woman pastor?
Yeah, you can talk about both of them. Both of them.
And was it Kay Michelle?
No. The second one was the man sitting on the couch saying that we are the problem, why women are the way they are.
Oh, got it. Well, I think he's speaking about himself, really. I can't speak much on the religious side because I'm not religious. But as far as men not being essentially leaders and being able to hold women accountable, that isn't true. That isn't true. I think he's only speaking from his own experience. Do I have a delay?
You do.
All right, let me drop down. I have something else going on my computer. Let me close that down, and I'll be back.
Oh, damn it.
Thank you.
Hey, Beans in the building.
Horrible looking Negroes.
We got Beans in the building tonight, man. What's going on, Beans?
What up, bro?
Hey.
So Beans, did you get a chance to see both videos or did you not?
No, I was I was doing my show and then I said, I usually go to see who else is live so I can send my audience. And I saw you was live and I was feeling so bad about last week. So I said, let me go and jump my dumb ass up here.
Okay, Ekene got something you want to tell you.
Nappy head motherfucker.
Wow.
I'm gonna play the video for you, Beans, because I really want to get what you got to say about this. This is a female preacher preaching to the ladies about 50-50. Here we go.
If you got to do 50-50, that means
No, I mean, I it's like, to be honest with you, I don't want to, mess up the decorum of the show. At this point, when I see and hear people like that, I just automatically assume that they're the devil in a literal sense. It just, because I don't like stupid people. It's a stupid thing. It's dumb. And it's like, it's, what one of my biggest issues, I think, lost of translation. I think I said this to you before on another show we was on together, that one of my biggest issues with the religious people is that they cherry pick. So she gonna go and say, well, we was cursed, right? And when we was cursed, well, your curse was that you was supposed to work. Yeah, but forget the curse. What is your job? What is your responsibility in relation to your man? We can go with help meet, or we can go with Proverbs 31. And that lady was an entrepreneur. And I'm pretty sure whatever she had coming into the fold was used for the fold and not for purses, shoes, and girl trips. So this is what I mean when I say they just be cherry picking the Bible, use one thing to make their point. It's like, soon as I hear people in a conversation say that they religious or any of that type of stuff, or bring up God and all of that, I immediately get offended. When ironically, I bring up the Bible a lot, but it's usually just to checkmate people. But yeah, it's just like that. I mean, come on, it's a reason why her mic sound like that. She ain't talking about shit.
All right, now, Beans, I want to play this for you.
I love listening. What? But I just got to be very honest with it. When I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. If you in the sports, if you the leader of the team and the team loses, they gonna come at you, right? Because you're the leader. You're the quarterback. If we the leader of the community, and if black women are so out of control, or modern women are so out of control, then ain't that on us? Yeah. Like, didn't we drop the ball some fucking where? Because when I think about it, like, we are the least, if we're just talking about black men and black women, we are less educated than them. Yeah. And it's getting to the point where we even starting to make less money than them. Yeah. I don't think we even in a fucking position to hold them accountable. Hold each other accountable. Let them hold each other accountable, and then we kind of come back and meet in the middle.
All right,
we want to just say for the record, real quick. I'm sorry, real quick for the record. I do want to say that black men have been top 2 in enrollment and graduation in trade school in the last 15 years. I just wanted to say that out loud.
Excellent.
Beans? If you were sitting on the couch with him, what would be your comeback?
Oh, the exact way I was saying. Okay, so I'll probably be like, respectfully, stupid. Allow me to correct you on something real quick. There's no such thing as drop the ball. That doesn't exist. Right? I just literally in my show was doing a reaction to this video. BMU, did you know that there was a Black Wall Street in Los Angeles?
No.
So I just found this out myself.
I just found this out just now. Thank you. Real time.
Right? So I go do a little bit of research. I'm like, oh, okay, this person, they know what they're talking about. Same thing everywhere else, though. Black people came from the South, moved out there. Hey, had their little area, wasn't supposed to be nothing, but they carved it out and they did what they supposed to did, built it up. And you know what they did? They came in, they created new policies and ran expressways through that. Tore down their buildings, took all their businesses, messed up the whole little economical situation they had going on out there, and displaced those black people, right? Then some of them ended up going off the war. They had another little spot called Bronzeville, And then when the Chinese came back from war, they moved the black people out of there because it was originally their spot, and they gave it back to them. So they got displaced again for a second time. And then they ended up in Compton, basically. Right? The Ice Cube Compton, not the all-white Compton that it was prior to
that Kevin Costner grew up in.
Type shit. Right. You see what I'm saying? So when people say stuff like drop the ball, I already know I'm dealing with a stupid person. And I don't mean stupid because all of us is ignorant to some degree. Like I said, I didn't know about the LA joint. I just found that out today. If you ask me, all I could say is Tulsa. And I know it's other ones. I just learned them so late in life that I don't remember the names. You know what I'm saying? So I could just always say Tulsa. But it's not. I don't have to know about the other ones. I don't have to know. I didn't have to know that this LA thing existed to understand and know that whatever you see from black people today is not who we are innately, right? All of this lack of progress, dysfunction, and all of this other stuff. The problem with the black conservative douchebags is that they talk about this as if it's innate to black people. And it's not. These conditions were created for us to end up in these situations. These folks wouldn't be going around destroying all of these quote unquote black Wall Streets for nothing, right? It wasn't just for economical superiority, but it was also to undermine the efforts of black people in this country because they know what we could do if left to our own devices. So respectfully, this man sounds retarded. He should get off the internet because he don't know what the fuck he talking about. I sounded like real studious, and then at the end got ghetto. I apologize.
Now, Beans, before we go into that, I want to add to what you said. You said it's a lot more out there. We'll do a show on that, bro, and I'd love to have you be a part of that, of how much was taken from black people when it came to places like Tulsa, and now you telling me about LA. You also have to go to Rosewood, Florida. You got to go stop by Lake Lanier, where they had a complete businesses just like Black Wall Street, and the white people passed a law to blow a dam and let all the water come in and cover the entire little town of black people. You also have to go stop in New York City. You have to stop in the park. What's the name of the park in New York?
Central
Park used to be owned by black people. It was an entire town, city there, owned by black people. They came and tore it down, ran all the black folks out of there, killed half of them, and because they wanted a park to be in New York. I mean, there are several different places. The Peach Bowl, the Devil's Punch Bowl in Mississippi, where they threw all the free black people in a hole, took all their land from them and let them die, and they buried them where they died at. And now the world's juiciest peaches grow down in that hole. And now white people take those peaches and they use those peaches in their pies. They use those peaches for their children, not knowing that they're eating off the bones of dead slaves. So there's a lot that we could have a conversation about that, bro. I just want to add to that because I'm passionate about that, bro. I got chills even thinking about it. But anyway, Alicia, I know you had something you want to say, sweetheart. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you all hear me better?
Yep.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. Ekene mentioned earlier about the black woman. The black woman was the least enrolled in STEM on courses. Does anyone know why that is?
Besides discrimination?
Mm.
Ooh.
You mean besides?
I'm gonna add because they don't want to.
Yeah, I was going to go right at. There's absolutely nothing stopping them from getting into the math competitions, into the math courses, into the AP math classes that are available, into the math summer camps. Those camps are full of white boys, Asian boys, and a few black boys. There is nothing stopping them. They would rather compete with us in basketball. That's what's happening. And there's no way around that.
They're just not up for the mental challenge.
The reason why I said that, to be honest, the reason why I said they don't want to is because I have two aunts who are chemical and electrical engineers, and one of them was a vice president of the largest engineering firms in the South. So my answer still stands because they don't want to.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Thank you.
And and it's going backwards, but I just had this thought because I'm not familiar with everything, and my memory ain't as good as it used to be. Honest to brag on it, but I'm growing old faster than I want to. But if Eve was supposed to be Adam's, it's help meet, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What would that have looked like? Right? Like, because even when you say, even when she says, well, the punishment was that you were gonna have to work, but at that point, work for who? Right? I'm just trying to put it together in my head to make it make sense. I hate that I heard that video because it's still in my head. It's like she's okay. The punishment was that he was gonna have to work, but did it say you were gonna have to work for man? It said he was gonna have to work whatever. And then if the job of the woman was to be his helpmeet, what would that look like? Right? That wouldn't she be assisting him with whatever his work was? If that was all they had anyway at that time. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have discos and clubs and all this other stuff.
Question: what are they doing in the Garden of Eden? What are they doing?
Right.
I'll tell you what they're doing. I'll tell you what they're doing. Whatever the fuck Adam wants. That's what they're doing. Because Adam was given dominion over everything. So guess what we're doing today, Eve? Whatever the fuck I say. That's the problem. We don't want to put it where the right. Excuse me, Brother Beans. I really want to co-sign something you said.
Mm-hmm.
The interstate highway system, where the odd, I don't know if you know this, the even numbers go east and west. The odd numbers go north and south.
North and south. Yeah.
The numbers have an east to west, north and south, even, odd, low, and high system. All of those run through where black businesses used to be, all of them. That's how you know how many there were. Now, this is something that that number one, sisters should hear, whether you like this or not. I can only keep you as safe as you are obedient. Not reliable, not affable, not pleasant, not classy. Obedient, obedient, obedient. You will have to, in a time of crisis, do what I say without some committee being had. Your ability to survive will depend upon your obedience, not your compliance, your obedience to a man of God. Lot's wife was disobedient to a man of God. If your man is of God, if you think that, and you find in a way to disobey him, or excuse me, or be under a bishop who would not tell you that the man in your house is more important than the man in this church.
The church, come boy, you better preach.
If he won't preach that, but you still go, then you will die in the cold prairie that Donald Trump is cooking up for your monkey ass, unless you get behind and obey a man of God. And that is all.
Damn.
I sign up. Oh goodness.
And he's absolutely right. That's Bible. It says that the husband is the first pastor of his wife. And
you know what? I don't.
Go ahead, Lost. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. I don't think we've made this thing real enough. You know what I think? I think people think that we're just being obtuse. We're being abrasive. We're being unfeeling. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Yeah. And when we have guys like this who spread stuff like this, and women like that in the pulpit who spread stuff like that, it really puts women in a predicament that nobody sees until it's too late. I'm going to show you what the ramifications are of this particular rhetoric. If I don't mind, I would love to share what I have already downloaded. So give me just a second. And I'll pull it up because I don't think people think it's real until it actually comes out of the mouth of people who it actually affects. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up for your perusal. Give me 1 second.
It's fucked. It's fucked. When I tell you that I've seen mothers in their cars sleeping with their kids, I don't want to hear that shit. Hotels are booked, motels are booked, homeless shelters are booked. What the jobs are not responding or hiring. Everybody trying to make a way, and ain't no way to make. Like, the shelters are booked. You call them for resources, they tell you, well, this is the only way to even get help by going through the shelter, but we're booked. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm doing everything I fucking can, and it seems like I'm just getting the back end of the stick. And it's not even like it's just me. It's a lot of people going through this. Like, no, bro, this is sick.
Could somebody other than me bring up Isaiah 4, please?
See, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about right there. You know, when people put up videos like that, it's for clicks and views and stuff like that, but they have no idea that there are people who are actually hurting because of their rhetoric. And I think that's the main reason why we need to address stuff like this. Go ahead, Jeff. I saw your hand up, man.
In that 7 day, I was going to read it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
In that day, 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name to take away our disgrace.
Brother, I'm gonna tell you right now.
That book be cooking, boy.
Bruh, here goes some prophecy for your monkey ass. Like I told you before, in the future, black women, if you want a black man, you are going to have to share him. That is what that says. Number 2, where we finna go, you know all them niggas you used to look at like they was wearing a doo-doo suits? You know, plumbers, electricians, carpenters. Them the men that's gonna be all right no matter what happens. A man with a skill, a strong man with a skill is going to be needed by other strong men who have skills, who are going to come together. And those groups of men ain't taking none of your shit, none of it. And you will not be able to outgrow your attitude. You and your attitude and your children. And them wishy-washy niggas that can't fix a flat with you are going to die on the cold prairie. If I'm wrong, then Revelation is wrong.
Facts.
Somebody, that Bible talking about somebody. Them body bags is for somebody. Keep with your bullshit. Keep with your bullshit, hyenas. We need it because we're out of time. And the sisters, the good sisters, need to be separated from you. And we gonna have to help them because the good sisters are, yeah, I'll say this, I'll land the plane. There's nothing worse for good black women than good black women. Because good black women do little to nothing to separate themselves from the hyenas. They talk like them, they walk like them, they dress like them, they move like them. So we can't tell. Separate yourself. I'm gonna help you with that. I'm coming out with a clothing line that is about separating yourself. That's sexy as hell, that don't got to show your ass. When you wear that, it says that you have a particular state of mind. It comes with a QR code on it where people can come and tell me, hey, Uncle Jeff, I was out with Valerie. She had on one of your separated outfits. She was fine as hell, but she was on some ghetto shit. Oh, all right, so you reporting her? Because that's not who I designed this outfit for. Now, she can come up here and defend herself. Oh, this is some fly shit. I just can't. That's the level of shit I smoke. Look, I'm finna do that right there. I'm gonna help y'all separate yourself from these goddamn gutter snipes. Because that's who finna die out here. And I didn't write it.
Well, Anton, $5 said you have men with Johnsons and male with, somebody said manginas. We are not the same. Thank you, Anton, for the $5. Curtis Moore, $4.99. Thank you, sir. He said women want partners because they don't provide any real structure or order. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate that. Anton with another $5. He said, what's the biggest fear in the white establishment? Black excellence.
How about that?
Thank you so much for that. We got another $1.99 super chat. He said, Curtis Moore said, winter is here and it's frosting them hyenas. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Yeah, that is absolutely correct, man. Isaiah is preaching. It's just men are to be seen and not heard, man. The name of this show is particularly for that reason, guys. It's because that's where we are today. So many men sit back and let their wives just be horrible to other people, be horrible to them, be horrible to their children. They just bad. And we had a show two Sundays ago. Yeah. And men lost. And I said this. I said a lot of men have married their mothers. And because their mother was so toxic but showed them love, they had the Tupac syndrome. Because remember, Tupac said, even though my mama was a crack fiend, she always was a black queen. So, but at the end of the day, Tupac, your mother was a crackhead. And so a lot of men have romanticized the toxicity of their mothers. And so when they get married, they marry their moms. And I think that for men to get their power back, a lot of these men are going to have, it's going to be a huge exodus of divorce. A lot of men are going to have to divorce their mothers in order to have a good life, in order to live and be free in life. Because as long as you're married to your mother, the woman that caused you the most pain, but gave you toxic love, you're never going to be free. And I think it needs to be a huge exodus. There are so many good women out here that want to be with men, who want to be led by men, who want to do the right thing. And men are trapped in marriages, and they're looking right across the street at a woman that can give them everything, but they're trapped in hyena appropriation. So I just want to throw that out there.
I want to say something real quick, and I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna come back in a minute. I was thinking about this earlier. I'm glad somebody said a few minutes ago. I didn't say it on my show like I wanted to. This word partner. I don't actually think there's nothing wrong with being partners. It's just like the word groom, right? It's the negative connotations that come along with it based on the actions of some, right? So if you look up the word groom, it doesn't say taking kids and whatever, right? It's all about preparing the person for whatever. And it's the same thing with a partner. You look at law firms, they have partners, right? And not all of them are the same. You got junior partners, you got senior partners. I forget the one that actually then you got name partner, right? The ones with their names on the door, right? So it's not necessarily about it being partner. It's about the way it's being villainized. And unfortunately, I'm gonna say this. I don't want to, but I have to because it's the truth. The way it's being villainized by women, because they're taking partner and they're using it to say, I don't have to be conducive in the relationship. I'm there. That makes me your partner. Me being there makes me equal. You having access to me makes us equal. They're making partner be about equal. But again, you got junior partners, senior partners, name partners. So just because we partners don't mean that we necessarily equal. But it's what I always say. It's, to me, my woman is my prize. And I hope I'm hers. Right? My mama sent me a picture earlier today. Her old man in the hospital, intensive care. He like 80-some years old. You know? Like, we can't even get to that no more, though. We not. You got these people. I saw a meme earlier today. Yesterday, BMU that said social media ruin relationships because now any little thing, people are already on their phone texting the next person or in their DMs responding to people that they've been putting on hold for a while, right? Or they jumping back on the apps. And that's what I'm saying. It's there's no real loyalty, there's no real commitment, there's no fidelity, right? That's really happening. It's just partner is a way for you to say you don't get to control me, instead of it being what partner really is, which is that I'm committed, I'm loyal, whatever position I'm playing, I'm committed, I'm loyal, you have my fidelity. I'm not going nowhere just because something happened. That's what a partner really is. So unfortunately, we can't even highlight the good things about partner. We have to come on the internet and shoot down the idea of partner because of the way that it's being demonized. Same thing they're doing with this black fatigue thing, which was
before you go on to black fatigue, though, the partner thing is, I agree with you about how women interpret it, but that's where the rub is. But that's exactly where the rub is, because of the way it's missed by the men some men that they say it to. What you just said about how it's being interpreted, a lot of men just kind of let that fly by. Like if I was going to get married today, something like that, and my woman was talking about looking for a partner and I miss it, and I actually extend my grace to ask her to marry me. Now, a lot of things about partnership is this.
I'll be back.
Okay. But let me just say this. But I'll catch you. But what a lot of things about partnership is, I agree with Beans, but the fact that women misinterpret it, even if it's negative, is really the rub of the whole thing, right? That's why, because there's a definite distinction about being in a covenant marriage and having a partner. So me and my wife might partner in certain things, maybe raising the kids, but our relationship is based on a covenant, not a partnership. That makes all the difference in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Partnerships are only good as long as one partner is upholding his bargain, right? So even in a marriage, sometimes that shifts, right? And that's why it's so easy for, let's say, women to leave. 70% of them say, shit, this partnership ain't working for me no more. I'm out. That's not how you're supposed to do with a vow and a covenant marriage. So it really is meaningful. If a woman's thinking about she's getting with you for you being her partner, that shit is really huge, right? So I barely hear women say I want a husband anymore.
Yeah, and let me add to that, Arpain, if I can. I think a partner is someone who's equal to you, and I think that a woman is not equal to me. She's not equal to Lost. She's not equal to Arpain. She's not equal to Uncle Jeff and Hunter Watts. We're not equal, even from a biblical standpoint, even a non-biblical standpoint. We're not equal. You are a woman for a reason. I am a man for a reason. We're not equal. What it does, Arpain, is that it takes the sting away from authority.
Right.
Because if a man has authority over his woman, a woman, that authority word, these are words that make women run and hide behind the stone, right? Authority, submission, all these different things that they know that they're supposed to do. And what's happening now is women are asking for forgiveness and not permission. Because what's happening is because a lot of women are just going out and doing what they want to do. And then most men are Tylenol for women. They only take you out the cabinet when they're hurting.
Right.
You're there. She can see you every day. Right? You could be married to this woman. You could be dating this woman. You could be in a serious relationship. You'll see her she'll see you every day, but she'll only utilize you when she's hurting. Baby, don't go to that party tonight. There's a lot of things going on out there, and there's a lot of men out there drinking, and I don't want you out that time of night. You're sitting in the cabinet. She sees you, but she'll say, fuck it, I'm going anyway. You're not my daddy. My daddy died 30 years ago. And she'll go to the party. Next thing you know, guy done grabbed her ass. You done went out there and shot somebody. You in jail. She not putting no money on your book. She moves to the next guy.
Wow.
She wants you to come save her. Baby, that tire on that car was wobbling a little bit. Hey, I'm going to take it and get it fixed later on today. I got shit to do. You go out and have a blowout. She's calling you. I'm on Interstate 20. I'm blowed out. Can you come help me put my tire on? This is what happened. They're asking for forgiveness instead of permission. And I think that's what we are today, as in relationships, as in couples. And when it comes to this partner, if my wife introduces me as a partner, it's going to be a problem. I wasn't created to be your partner. I was created to be the authority over you. Now, let me give you an example. If we're looking at this from a biblical perspective, if you're not a believer, cover your ears. But from a biblical perspective, that if God gave me dominion over everything, he gave me authority over my wife, meaning when that man walks down the aisle with your daughter, when that man walks down the aisle, Arpain, when your daughter get married and you walk her down the aisle, the pastor says, who gives this woman away? You say, I do. Right. At that moment, the authority that you had over your daughter has been transferred to the man who is marrying her. So the same authority that you had over your daughter, now you've given it to him, and now he has authority over your daughter to love, honor, and protect her. And that's why the vows say on the woman's side, love, honor, and obey. The man does not say that to the woman. If you go check the vows, it's the vows to the man. Love, honor, and obey. Why? Because your father has given me the authority. He has transferred the authority from himself to me. That's why the Bible says, once you're married, forsake all others and become one as one unit. So this is what we're dealing with today. We're dealing with the fact that they're changing their wedding vows. They took obey out. Y'all remember the video that went viral like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
When Pastor said love, honor, and obey, she said obey. I don't know nothing about all that for rich or poor. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Pastor. What you talking about? Right? He should have left her right there. I bet he's miserable right now.
Well, let me ask one more thing while you're on your rant. When you just said this thing, when you're supposed to come one in marriage, that's not a partnership.
No.
There's no melding and we become one in a partnership. We're always divided. You got your script and I got mine. I mean, that's not how marriage is supposed to be. Well, not a covenant marriage.
Uncle Jeff, are you okay? Are you okay with your wife saying, hey, Jeff, baby, come here for a second. Hey, listen, guys. Hey, guys, come over for a second. I want you guys to meet my partner, Jeff. Jeff, these are my friends.
Well, I don't even... that doesn't even exist in my universe. But okay. First, and I could really preach obey. I could preach obey for you, man. You know what? I'm gonna say I'm a preacher. I'm gonna come back and preach obey. And why obey is in the vows for the woman and not for the man. And there's a reason that has nothing to do. You ain't gonna find it in scripture, but I'm telling you it's from God. Anyway, the problem with partnership and comparing it to a relationship where a man is the head is the dirty 4-letter word vote. Partners vote. When I put my foot down, ain't no fucking vote. I will provide for you. I will protect you. I will advise you. I will guide you. I will die for you. And you know what I ask in return? Do what I say. Because that's not going to be no crazy shit. I love you. I'm not going to just order you around. I'm not that kind of dude.
There you go.
But this is the difference between a partnership and a relationship. You're in a partnership if she do what you say do, as long as it's okay with her. If she has to see the threat before she can get behind you, you're in a partnership, bro. Now you can be in a benevolent partnership, a delightful partnership. But if you have to explain everything you say to your woman, If you can't never tell her no, I tell you what, you want to acid test what you in? Out of nowhere, tell your woman no, she can't go somewhere she playing. And give her a definitive reason that makes sense. They're rioting over there. There's unrest out. It's time to change your car's oil. We haven't done it. That's too far. We need to do something with them tires before you go that far. No, baby, I don't think you should go. Now, we can do something else, or you can stay here. But that other plan you had, yeah, I'm going to have to go on and change that. See how she at. Hit her with some logic. And how far she regresses into childhood tells you who you with.
Yeah, look at what's over there.
The temper tantrum.
Yeah. You get your clothes burned up. Oh, yeah, your mama's an alcoholic. What about that? If you
So Jeff,
that,
so real quick, so just because I know this is a serious thing for a lot of people. So Jeff, in the way of what you were just saying, I just want to stay right there.
Yes, sir.
So in a situation for most men out there that may be watching you speak like you're speaking right now and cooking, what do you tell the man that wife is saying that to him? I'm going on a girls trip, and I'm going out of the country with my girls for 8 days.
Okay.
If that's your wife, what are you saying to your wife if she's coming to you with that type of information? I'm going out of the country for 8 days with a few of my friends.
Well, but then again, okay, I'm about to let out some advanced pimpery. Okay. My wife in August is going with her friends to Dubai. And I allow it.
Okay.
I allow it. But I'm on this level of pimping. You know my relationship with the Creator, right? You know God got away, right? You do know that the worst thing you can do is go do something and get away with it, right? Because when you get away with it, it chips away at your subconscious until you do what you want to do, which is to get caught. And if you are willing to throw out what this is, the purest love I can give, and you know how pure my love is, that in 15 years I have never lied to you, that you know 2 things about me, that I will die for you and I'm not easy to kill, that I am resourceful, that the men I roll with are resourceful, and you gonna throw that out? Nigga, who the fool? You are never a fool for giving pure love. You are a fool for who you give that love to. Nothing wrong with that. Of course I'd let my wife go, but I'm pimping on another level. I'm on, okay, really? All right, you gonna do that. Let's see how this turn out for who. I think I'm gonna have a hard time with women seeing as how I'm so ugly and shy. Bruh.
Now on the flip side of that, our Payne says, hell no.
That's his level of pit. I can't say, I see that though. I see that.
No, you don't, because I didn't say that. He said it. He's telling you that. I didn't say that.
I see that.
You said you if your wife said she going somewhere out of the country for 8 days, you said it.
She never been on a girls trip because she never even formed her mouth to say that. Now, at her age now, she got a couple of old buddies. She go hang out all she wants. You know, so things have changed, you know. So yeah, so I'm one of those kind of guys, man. I've never checked up on my wife. I don't
Come on, bro.
Or nothing of that stuff.
I gotta put it. Could I please put an addendum on that?
Right.
Now that I think of it.
After Uncle Jeff, Alyssa, you come back in, baby.
With the present war in the Middle East, I will not divulge where my wife is going. Or did I already? Did I already divulge where she's
Yes,
going?
you did.
Okay. Well, with the unrest in the Middle East, if it keep going like this,
she can't go.
Daddy will cank it, and she ain't, and that's that.
That's right.
Because I can only keep you as safe as you are obedient. I don't know what's going on over there, but I know what's going on right here.
Yeah, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan said you can't protect what you can't control. Alicia, go ahead, sweetheart.
Hey, Mr. Payne, does your wife, does she have desires to go on girls' trips and whatnot?
Never have. Never have. But she got an old buddy that's with her. I mean, in our age group, she's got another lady that they hang out, like to see the leaves change up in Connecticut and shit like that. I'm not stopping her from doing that. And she get look, and you know what? At her age, is she out there banging it like for a real one? I say more power to you. You know what I'm saying?
Our Payne don't give a damn about no fucking leaves.
So she go look
at them leaves. Bring me back some of them peanuts they got from out there.
Yeah, so I'm way
got time
past
to be
worried
chasing
about
the
that
broad. Once you
Way
get
past
this,
worried
I'm chasing you. For what? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Hey,
you flirting with leaving me by myself? Nigga,
you know what? But back in the day when we were both real young and spry, she never asked to go on no girls trip like that. My wife, you know what? I can't remember the last time, other than some intimate time, that my wife ever called me by my first name. I'm in her phone as husband. That's it. If she called me husband, hey there, husband. I mean, that's all she said. Husband this. It's weird. No, it's weird. I like it. It feels like power every time she calls me husband.
Oh. So I asked gentlemen, why do you think women have the desire for these girls trips?
Well, I'm tired and I need to get away from my husband and I need to get away from my family. Every woman needs a break. Woman needs time away. We need to be able to breathe. There's so much pressure at home being a wife and a mom. And we just got to get away sometimes and just kick it with the girls. And this is why.
It is so much deeper than that.
That's a lifestyle. That's a lifestyle away from the relationship that they're currently with. The thing is, y'all like to be a little bit wild, and y'all don't know how to open up y'all wild within the home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't let nobody bust y'all freak open in the house. And
Come on, bro.
You think you gotta leave? You know what I'm saying? Look, I tell my women, look, you gonna be my fantasy.
Yeah, I think it's retired whores who have suppressed it for so long that they have to come out of retirement.
Listen, I asked her how real she wants this answer, man.
I don't think
so.
How real you want the answer?
Is there any anxiety about traveling just in a group of women with no protection from men, or no trust, or no one watching their back? There's no one's afraid of that.
This is unfair. We being unfair right now.
It's the world. You can't
Every group of women that go on a girls trip don't fuck dudes. Everyone, 100%, no.
But if they go to Kiki,
deeper than that.
Oh wait, so are these girls trips like
yes?
This is what everybody alludes to.
Yes,
it's because it happens.
It's what
women do. They go off, they freak off. Yes. However, it's way deeper than that.
I see. Because I'm thinking, what is the allure of these girls?
Do you
trips?
think
What's the big deal?
Do you think that Eve was tempted by the snake for a freak off? No. It is because women are easily tempted by what they don't fucking know. It is the desire. It's that whole joke about on the next Florida man and on the next Florida man.
Yep. Content.
This has nothing to do with sex. I'll say this. God bless the dead, James Hanna, writer for the Steve Harvey Show, my writing partner.
Sure.
Used to say this. You look a lot like our Payne. He said, you take a man at 20 years old that writes down I'm going to have these 10 things when I'm 30. I'm going to drive this kind of car. I'm going to live in this kind of house. I'm going to have this kind of job, and so forth. On his 30th birthday, if he only has 9 of those things, he gives himself an A. You take a woman, put her in the same situation. I'm going to have these 10 things by the time I'm 30. On her 30th birthday, she will have all 10 of those things. Look up and see a woman with something that wasn't on her list, and this A is now an F. I want that. That is the difference. And it is that fuels these girls' trips. They think happiness is in Egypt, or happiness is in the Barbados, or whatever new palm tree you want to fuck under. No. The problem is when you unpack your shit, the monster is going to be standing in the bathroom in the mirror. And until you deal with that bitch, I don't give a fuck if you go to Jupiter. You are not going to feel what you want to feel. Your problem is with why she needs any makeup at all.
Ooh.
Your problem is with why your first impulse with any man is combative. Your problem is why do you have to go from either 0 to 10 to deal with your teenage son? And until you deal with that, I don't give a fuck if you get a passport to Pluto. You gonna have them problems. Dig that.
Yeah, for me, if I came to you, Alicia, I'm your man, and I come to you and I say, hey, baby, let me tell you something. Me and my homie, Lost in Translation, our Payne Hunter Watch, Roger's son, and Uncle Jeff, man, we're all about to go to Dubai together. We all got us an Airbnb. We are going to chill together. We're going to go watch the sunset. We're going to go watch the beach. We're going to go to buildings together. We're going to spend all this time together. What does that sound like? It sounds like a bunch of gay shit that's going to go happening right now. I don't understand. I don't understand why it's not the same for women. If a woman if women go on trips and they're in rooms with other women and all of them getting naked and they see each other's pussies and titties and they see each other's asses,
that's some free shit.
And that's some gay, that's some lesbian shit. That's what
it is. But is any of them going overseas to experience the culture though?
Alicia, if Alicia walked in the room and I'm standing there talking to Lost in Translation, but then, yeah, man, so after this, we going over to the club, dick just swang. You're going to say this is gay.
I'm traumatized.
But if women in the room together,
is that the average style of their trips? Do you think that's the average style of their trips? When it comes to the percentage of the trips that they're having.
They're getting dressed in front of each other and titties all out and shit.
Okay, what percentage? Hold up. Let's get some numbers to it. Let's get some numbers to it. What you believe? 0 to 100.
What? The fact that they're going to get undressed in front of each other? 100.
You think it's 100% their trips? I wouldn't say that.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think none of those sisters are traveling to see the world, to learn the world, to learn a different culture? The world does draw you like
that. You putting a soft dick in a $250 an hour prostitute. Listen, if they over there undressing in front of women and they undressing in front of each other, that's the equivalency of me doing it in front of a dude.
No, okay. I got to push back.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I ask you, you believe that's the majority of their trips, though?
They got to change clothes.
Nigga, who gives a fuck? They got to change clothes. They also had a girl's locker room, cuz. What you talking about?
And their own rooms. And their own rooms.
With sisters. I mean, shit. I'm not going to say they don't have a sisterhood. You can't deny them the sisterhood, cuz. Just because you might not know how they put it together, homie.
So sisterhood is so it's okay for women to be getting naked in front of each other.
Let a woman tell us. Hold up, Sister Ashley, with that most beautiful crown up in there with the yellow ass.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Me personally, I feel very uncomfortable with strange women. My sisters, and my daughter, my mom. That's it.
Yep.
Strange women. Because I've had experiences where homosexual women, they tend to be kind of aggressive.
They want your pussy.
That was brilliant. That was well placed. Well played. Well played, sir. Well played.
No thanks.
Listen. Let me tell y'all something.
It's my
I saw a group of women, and I wish I could show it, but my channel be so far gone, they won't be able to find it in the lost ark. Listen. There's a group of women, I'm gonna send it to you, Uncle Jeff, that went on a girls' trip together.
Yeah.
They went for the girls' bachelorette party.
Yeah.
All the girls are in the room together. They blindfold the goddamn bride. They blindfold the bride. She's on the couch, butt fucking naked.
Okay.
Her legs are open.
Oh yeah.
And they're playing a game. Who do you think eating your pussy?
Oh.
So all the bridesmaids start eating her pussy, and they say, she said, was it Tanya? They said, no, that wasn't Tanya, girl. Keep going. And the next one came. And the next one came. And the next one came. And you gonna get up and go marry this man in the morning? Get the fuck out of here.
Wait. Are they Atlanteans? Are they Atlanteans?
Okay.
If they're from Atlanta, you can't count them.
Okay, he ain't mad at me. He ain't mad at me for a reason.
Case of the whole world, man.
Okay, I'm about to. Okay, if I say I have a problem with that mental image, it belies my browser history. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say.
Oh shit! The water went on my nose.
This is what I'm trying to say. It goes against the Bible. It goes against a bunch of shit. This is just some shit from my 2 PhDs, one in pimp shit, one in nigga shit.
Freaks is this?
There is a difference between male and female homosexuality.
Oh God.
Number one, there is no way for two males to have any sexual intercourse without being dominated. Somebody has to be dominated.
Facts.
That's not true with two women.
Ooh.
Number two, bro, I'm trying to tell you, black male Christians, you ain't ready for this conversation.
No, it's so much game in it. Go ahead, lace them.
Oh, bro.
Giraffe
Number
style,
two, come on, Doc. BMU. If we going somewhere we gonna dress up, somewhere we gonna talk, wherever, and you and me going, the missus is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we roll. I got dudes I will die for, but you ain't gonna catch me. You ain't gonna come in my house or their house and catch us in the bed watching TV together. You might catch your wife and her sister watching TV together under the covers, nigga.
True that.
And that's not for you to understand or compare to you.
Facts.
They on some different shit.
Yep.
This is why they are supposed to advise you. And you supposed to listen, examine, and make a choice.
That's why they call her wisdom.
Bruh, that's the place of the woman. But I'm gonna preach that. That's when I preach your baby. But that's the real talk. So female homosexuality, if a woman tell me I used to be a lesbian, she gets a pass. You suck one dick, you on the pink side of the force forever.
Ain't no coming back.
Ain't no coming back. We don't want you back. Stay your ass on over there.
That's right.
Look here. I'm 60. If I live to be 120, I'm halfway through. I'm through line. I don't ease up off the sweet pickles either. Yeah, fuck them too.
I'm through line already.
Hope you don't like it. Try to cancel me. I got money white folks can't find and they look.
Warming up the French fry grease for you, Joe.
Thank you, bro.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's a wild story though. The fact that bitch getting married though, that's the crazy part. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, it's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch of those videos out there.
But how you don't know? But the thing is, hold up. How do you don't know you got a hoe like that though? How you that unaware that you got that kind of a hoe?
Yeah, how would a guy know?
Oh,
Yeah, how
no,
would you know?
with a hoe like that, there
She
will be at
definitely
least
know.
four red flags within the first 2 years.
If
Is
he
she
doesn't
good?
know, he hadn't done his due
Let,
diligence.
let him count them
Yeah.
out. Go ahead, count them out. Tell us, give us a full one. Give us a full one.
What you mean?
You know,
You gonna tell us the four? What's the four red flag you talking about? Go ahead, Rokas.
No, if she a hoe like that, that's a bona fide hoe, cuff. So it's like,
Oh, you mean that counts as four red flags?
hell
Okay.
yeah, nigga, look,
Oh,
the
I thought you
bridesmaid eating the
were
bitch
gonna
out,
give us
nigga. That sound like
four. I thought
Penthouse.
you were gonna give us the four.
That sound like Penthouse. Penthouse don't just sneak up on you, all right? You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, man. Yeah, man. Women who are, listen, there's exceptions, but women who are really promiscuous, man, you could tell by the way they move. I
You're not
mean,
gonna.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm not just talking to you. I mean, Hunter
It's in
Winslow asked the question. You can just tell by the way women move. I mean,
it's in her character. It's in her character.
Yeah.
It's not just in the fact that she like the freak.
Is it
at the time that she
100%
freaks.
accurate? No, but listen, I could tell. Listen, if you could tell an incel from a gigolo, you could tell a woman's a little bit chased from one who's a whore. You know,
That's bars right there.
so listen, man. I'm putting this in the chat right now because I think this is necessary to do this as we come to an end tonight for tonight's show. After the show, we're gonna have a little after show, but we're gonna do it where y'all can be involved. Normally, we do this behind the scenes, but this is just amazing to have Uncle Jeff and 100 Watts and Alicia and Roga's son and Lost in Translation in here. We're gonna go. I just put the link in the back for you guys to join the after show called Grown Folks Talk. And we're gonna be there about 30 minutes, and we're gonna go into what we just talked about because Uncle Jeff was really on some shit that I need to discuss with him. And so I put the link in the back, guys. You can click on that link; it'll take you right over to the next one, and then we're gonna go live immediately right after this. And but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming over tonight. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. The people that's on the panel right now, go ahead and hit that link because we got to continue this conversation. Alicia, I'm glad you're here because I need to hear from a woman tonight on some of this stuff that we're hearing. Okay, so the link is in the back, and we'll meet you guys over there, man. And we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We outie.